Over the last 2 days, I did something so unbelievable and so unthinkable. I might be the only person in the world who got this far in the Pikmin 4 demo. So this time I played for 17 hours and I was able to get 7,250 sparklium. And not only that, but it unlocked some really crazy things again this time. Some other items, other boots, different items that have no video, because the developers didn't even think we'd be able to go this far in the demo, so they hadn't even added the video into the game files yet for some of these items. And honestly, I don't blame them, because doing this was not easy. It took forever. Those 17 hours were an actual grind to get through those 17 hours. Now, if you didn't see my previous video, I'm literally doing this as a follow-up to the previous one. So in the last one, we got 5,800 sparklium, and that was with me just doing some basic stuff here. And I said if that video got enough views, I'd make a follow-up, and that is this video today. So I was on vacation. I thought about it all vacation. I came up with a ton of strategies and plans on how to do it. And I'm going to show you how I did it so you could do it too if you want to. So there were no cheats. There were no hacks. This was just honest, hard day's work, just grinding it out with a ton of prep and a ton of grind. So before we get into the final details of everything that got unlocked and everything that happened, let me quickly go through how we got here. So this time it began just like the other time. We started off like any other Pikmin 4 demo playthrough. We started off at the sun-speckled terrace. We ran down the outside of the map till we hit the gate, broke down the gate, and this is where everything diverged from the previous run where we got 5,800. So this time around, we went straight into the last Frost Cavern and completely cleared it, including the treasures. That's where things were different. Then from here, things diverged from a normal playthrough, just like the last one, where we don't want any more treasures at that point. So I ran around, I rescued all the rescuees, I opened up all the bridges, I got every single thing, I killed all the enemies, went to the next day, cleared the entire map of everything except for the treasures. I went to every single cave, did everything in every cave except for the treasures. Once the prep work was done, I had a huge job in front of me. I needed to get a ton of ore so I could actually buy the upgrades once I was done with this task. And then on top of that, I needed a ton of ultra spicy spray, because in order to do it this time, we needed an insane amount of ultra spicy spray. And if you don't know, the only way to get that is to unlock the blue Pikmin and then use blue Pikmin in order to farm the flowers that are across the water in the sun-speckled terrace. And you can just throw 5 on each one and then go about your business, and they'll slowly farm it up for you each day. So I went through the next, I think it was 10 days, farming up ore and getting the ultra spicy spray. After like 10 days, I had 1,200-ish ore, and I had like 50, 60, 70 ultra spicy spray. But we weren't even close to done yet. So that was step 1. Step 2, that last Frost Cavern that we cleared, the reason we cleared it is because when you clear a cave in Pikmin 4, it makes it so then when you go back, the enemies respawn each time. And this time we picked this cave because if you get all the treasures in it, they're worth less sparklium than the Hectic Hollows. So this one has the lowest sparklium completion cost, but still has enemies compared to all the other cave options. So then we went in here, and it was 11 sparklium per cycle. We had to kill all the enemies, bring them all back with 11 sparklium. It was slow as hell. After like 3 hours of gameplay, maybe it was 2.5, something like that, I was finally done with that. We were at 1,499 sparklium. We had 1,200-ish ore, and we had like 70 or 60 ultra spicy spray. So that was step 1 and step 2. But I still was not ready to do this the right way. There's another step if you want to do what I did here and get a crazy amount of sparklium. So now I had to farm ultra spicy spray, because I needed at least 150 of it in order to do what I wanted to do here. That was what the math came up to. That was like the safe number. So now my days consisted of, I would come in, I would grab 20 blue Pikmin, I'd throw 10 on each flower to min-max the flower so they'd, get the fruit down faster when it respawned, which, by the way, fruit respawns every minute. Anyway, so then we did that for a while, and every time they would do that, I would go and grab 1 Pikmin and go farm up a bunch of sprouts, and then I would go AFK while watching Twitch streams until those sprouts turned to flowers. The day was over. I'd pick the flowers, put them away, go grab the blue Pikmin, put them away, end the day, come back the next day, and repeat. I did that for, I think it was 3 hours. And then finally, it might have been more than 3 hours. It was a long-ass time. And then finally, we had it. We had 177 ultra spicy spray. We had 1,200 something ore. We had 1,499 sparklium, and we were ready for the prep for the final day. Still not done yet. There was another thing we had to do. So then we had to prep for the final day, which was basically grab every single treasure on the map and bring it as close to the Beagle as we possibly can. Beagle's the name of the ship, by the way. But don't actually turn him in. Just get him right next to it in the middle of the map. Then after that, we had to go into every single cave, which I tested this, and if we move them close to the beagle inside the cave, they'll also stay there for a few days. So we went around the map, grabbed every treasure, brought them in, went to every single cave, brought the treasures as close as we could, and then we ran up to the top of the summit, the 4th landing spot for the beagle, and we put our ship up there, and then we ended the day. And the reason we put it up there is so we don't have to backtrack back. So we got to go into every single cave that we haven't completed, including the one up on the mountain. So then after 12 hours of work at this point, it was finally time to do the final day. This was the most exciting part. I was so excited to finally be at this point, even though it went by so fast. It actually took me 4 attempts. I copied my save files this time, which I learned after the last one. So I had backups, and thankfully I did because I messed up a few times. And I finally got it right. And this is where the strategy came in. That's why we farmed the ultra spicy spray. So anytime we had any reasonable distance to run at all, we would pop an ultra spicy spray. I had it set to the shortcut key on the bottom left of the left switch controller, and I'd press right on it and use ultra spicy spray. Did that, ran to the first cave up on the summit, went through, grabbed the treasures that were right there, went to the next part, grabbed all the treasures on floor 2, and then left. And we ran down the hill, went to the next cave, did the same thing. Then we got to that one, used another ultra spicy spray, and then we grabbed all the treasures. And we used Ochi in order to help. Ochi could carry 10 at this point because of the upgrades, helped with the pumpkin and things, grabbed everything, used another ultra spicy spray, and then ran over to the industrial maze cave. And then we went to the industrial maze, did the same thing, grabbed the things, left, came back in, went to subfloor 2, grabbed things, left, done. Then it was time to go to Hectic Hollows. So went to Hectic Hollows, same thing, did floor 1, cleared it, or grabbed the treasures, left, re-entered, went to floor 2, grabbed the treasures, left, and then I took a little bit of a time loss, 1 second or so of overworld time, in order to open the map, double check that I didn't forget the potato. And I did not forget the potato this time. If you watched the previous video, you know what I'm talking about. This time we got 100% completion. We had 4,500-ish sparklium or something. I can't even remember. And now we were ready for the true test, the true grind of this entire adventure. What makes the difference between 6,000 something and 7,000 something? It is a skill-based grind to see how much you get for the final part of this one. So I had prepped for 30 minutes ahead of time testing and practicing this route that I did here. I'm going to show some in the background here. But the basic thing here is you go into Hectic Hollows and you come in and immediately use ultra spicy spray. You jump the corner on the paper box thing, and then you run up to the corner. You throw 3 Pikmin on the head of one of the bulborbs, and then throw 3 on the other one. Then you round the corner while charging up your charge with Ochi, charge into the big one, hit him, and then wait and try to grab like half your Pikmin so you can start throwing them, and then turn and start throwing them in front of the large bulborb, and then get enough to where you have like 12 to 14 left with you afterwards. And then you run, you drop down the ledge, you throw 3 onto the far away bulborb, then you turn and throw 3 on the one closer to you, then you turn and throw 3 at the far away one again, and then you turn and throw 3 at the close one again. And if you do it right, that will get everything in the cave. And the last 3 things, you'll have the max number of Pikmin on. If it goes right, the big one will come back at the same time as the 2 small ones that you finish with, and they'll all come back at the exact same time. And if you do it just right, you can do it in under 30 seconds per cycle, which is insane. Now, if you had like a Tazbot, if you were like a robot, you could maybe go as fast as 25 seconds per cycle. Me as a human being, I probably averaged 31 seconds per cycle, including mishaps where something went weird and I just lost like 5 to 10 seconds. That was my life. That was my life. The hellish grind began, and it went on for 3 hours. I got 7,000 sparklium, and I didn't know I was even going to get to that. It was already like almost nighttime, and then I wanted to see how much further. And thankfully, I was able to get to 7,250, which was a nice, clean feeling number to get to. It was actually 7,263. And then it was done. I was out of time. Day was over. And I just kind of sat around and just, basked in the insanity of what I had just done. Let the day end, watched all the cutscenes, kicked me out of the menu, and then I came back in to see what my rewards were for my insanity of what I did. And oh, were there rewards compared to last time. So last time, the only broken item with no video was the rush boots that let you run twice as fast. Well, this time we had another pair of boots, and these ones make it so you can't get sucked in or blown away. These ones didn't have a video. There was also Air Armor Plus after we got the Tough Armor and then the Air Armor, and we got it for us and for Ochi. Neither one of those had videos as well, but it's just more armor increases for Ochi and for the player character. And then for the disposable items or throwable items, there was a lightning bomb, and that one also did not have a video. So those are the main takeaways, but while I'm talking here for the next little bit, I'll just show video of me scrolling through all the different items and stuff if you want to just see what was going on with some of that and just pause on anything you need to pause on. But yeah, that was my reward. That is what I got for doing this. Now, unfortunately, I did not get enough ore. I did not get enough. I thought 1,200 was enough. I don't know why I thought that was enough. I was 300 short of getting everything. And I don't know if there are more items or not, because I couldn't test, because there's a quest with Russ. If you get all the items, you complete the quest. So I could have done that to know if I got all the items, but now I'll never know. But it doesn't matter, because the full game comes out in like 24 hours from when I'm doing this right now. So I'll just play the full game. I'm over it, guys. But either way, I said if my last video got a ton of views, I'd make a follow-up where I actually tried really hard. And I think I about maxed it out. If I was a robot and did everything perfectly, I did the math on what I could get, and I think right around 7,700-ish sparklium is the absolute upper limit of what you could get in the demo, unless someone finds like a speed hack built into the game or some crazy thing like that. But either way, we're going to be done at the demo starting tomorrow anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But either way, guys, that is what happened. That is my story about the sparklium. That's how to do it. Anyone can do it. There were no cheats. There were no hacks. There was just honest days, hard work, and a lot of insanity and craziness in order to make it happen. But you could do it too if you really wanted to. Well, there you guys go. That's what happens if you do that. That's what happens if you grind out and break the Pikmin 4 demo. Now you know how to do it. Now you know how to finish the Pikmin 4 demo with over 7,000 sparklium.